Why is sex body positivity almost always geared towards women more than men? A lot of sex-positive podcasts I've listened to encourage women to have casual sex and have their fun, but rarely if ever do I hear the same for men. There has been plenty of body-positive messages on social media for women of all shapes and sizes, notably towards women who have traditionally been perceived as less attractive due to weight or size or height. But rarely do I ever hear people promoting men's body positivity other than the few guys who call some guys short kings. While sex body positivity is honestly great for all people, why do we mainly hear it for women? Wouldn't this time of energy be beneficial for men as well? Be the change you want to see. I also thought of this question a while back, but since I've stopped thinking and just tell my brothers they look good and encourage them to be their sexy self. Probably because it's mainly women in the body positivity movement. It should be for men as well. But historically women have been valued for their looks and basically nothing else, since women's rights have been kinda non-existent in a lot of places. So women are constantly given the message that if they're not pretty then they're worthless, whereas with men it's very different. But yes, body positivity is for everyone. Body shaming is wrong regardless of gender. Because women are the ones leading these movements. Women were fed up and decided to make podcasts push for more realistic beauty standards. Have the conversation. Nothing is stopping men from doing this too. Please do it. Because women are more harshly judged for their appearance, and when women lose their looks they get treated as if they lost value. Because women are the ones who created and run the movement. Women work hard to uplift other women. Men are free to do the same. I don't get this question. If men have had body image issues they should be making the effort to reach out and create a movement to uplift other men. It's quite simple. Women who have casual sex are still considered sluts, while men who have casual sex are viewed as aces. Body positivity is a thing since all women are supposed to look sexy and pretty, but in reality not all women look that way. There is not such pressure on that level for men. Look at the makeup industry. It's crazy how many products are made and needed. All the diets, fast fashion, hair extensions, eyebrow stylists, gel nail salons, etc. Some women just don't want to do all of that. Because it's women supporting other women. Men don't support other men the same way. Because it's not necessary for men. They already have carte blanche to be as promiscuous as they like, and they aren't ridiculed for being fat nearly as much as women are. It is women who were severely slut-shamed and mocked for being overweight. Most likely simply because we have more standards and expectations placed on our bodies. It's where society places our worth. Because women are subject to differential standards of body shaming. The same reason men don't wear makeup. Because people don't care about men's bodies nearly as much. I'd pronouns are, but as someone who identifies as a man I've had much less pressure to keep a fit body. Also, if you could hear what kind of double standards some dudes have for their partners you'd realize just how crazily, and unjustly, normalized it is for girls to fit into this one specific body type determined by old farts years ago. I would suggest that it's always been looked positively upon for men to fuck. It gets brownie points. The more you get the cooler you are. This holds true in a lot of cultures. Oppositely for women, until the last few generations, we were looked down upon for having sex outside of marriage. Considered broken and used. Walk down a grocery aisle and look at the magazine covers. It's everywhere for women, but dad bods are hot. Not mom bods? Women are taught from a very young age to hate themselves and their bodies. We are sexualized very young. Because whenever a man speaks up he's other men. Women have had their sexuality repressed much more largely than men. Being a gay man, let me tell you, I fucking wish we had more body positivity campaigns for men. Men need to be told their bodies are okay too, and you don't need a six-pack. It's 2022. What do you even need that for when you could cuddle, or that if you go bald before 40 you're not broken sick somehow, or that you need to be 6 feet 1 inch else you're a gremlin? I walk down the street sometimes and I'm like, DBH, 9/10 of these people are not hideous. That's all you need. And for the 1/10 it's usually a personal upkeep fault anyway that could be easily fixed with some guidance. Humans are hot. Considering it wasn't until 2005 that researchers discovered the mysteries of the clit, and all previous research and publications of female sexuality were based on reproduction versus sexuality, and we have been taught to repress our sexuality and ignore our bodies because we are simply a repository for magical man spunk, but only in the context of a monogamous, heterosexual, virgin until marriage context. I think it's high time women get some fucking attention. If you are upset men are getting left out, then start a man's body positivity movement. The same reason there is a gay pride parade and no straight pride parade. Men have always been encouraged to have sex, with multiple women. Even when sex was sinful, women's virtue morality has always been tied to their sexuality, so encouraging women to be more open with it makes sense, while men are already more than open. Probably because there is more social pressure towards women regarding beauty standard. I've literally heard preachers on weddings saying how it is the responsibility of the woman to be in shape and good-looking to prevent his husband from feeling temptation to cheat. While I think body positivity should include all genders and sexes, the casual sex bit is due to the common misconception that men with a body count are enthusiastic lovers and revered, while women are expected to remain virgins until marriage lest they get roast beef pussies or they get worn out and loose, which obviously isn't true. It's geared toward women because that's where it was needed. It's just balancing society so women are treated more fairly. For years society objectified women. They were valued only for beauty, their figure, physical appearance, not their mind. Women were denied opportunities to excel in careers, many times because of their gender. Women could behave in the same manner as a man and be judged harshly while men are praised. Example: she's a bitch, he is assertive, he's a stud, she's a slut. Men also shouldn't be judged strictly on their physical appearance btw. I mean, I as a woman ain't leading your fight. You want change? Do it yourself. It feels like again some man baby is whining why women isn't emotionally caring for them. Maybe because girls are more vocal about their struggles, whereas men tend to suffer in silence. Same could be said for mental health. We should do better and realize men have the same issues as women do. Because it's the women who have historically faced crap because of their body and sex. While I agree that there needs to be more body positivity for men, I don't think that should be a woman's job. The movement is geared towards women because we spearhead it. If you want more male-centered body-positive campaigns, then do something about it. Women are and were seen and used as sex objects, valued only at their beauty and nothing else. This never applied to men. Men don't tell each other you're beautiful as you're a dude. Men aren't recovering from generations of women holding them to extremely unrealistic expectations, but by all means, have it. TF is stopping you men from doing it yourselves? The absence of it makes it seem like you don't really want or need it, you just want to undermine that we do. That's weird. Because expectations are higher for women. Chubby women are told to get slimmer. Chubby men are dad bods or good huggers. Chubby young girls are told to lose weight. Chubby young boys are told to go into football. And so on. Because men typically wouldn't be advocating for something like that. Cultural norms dictate, for the most part, how we should behave, and that includes not showing our emotions in general. Because women bodies are policed much more. I was just thinking about this the other day. We see a lot more plus-sized models in ads, and I can't think of a male plus-sized model that I have seen. Part of not shunning someone is to see people like that in better situations. Don't tell me we need to have men accept plus-sized women but not the other way around. I think it's because society still tells men to shut up about their feelings. Stepping forward for yourself and others like this requires you to admit vulnerability. And society's stigma towards men still is that they can't show vulnerability. We need society to realize that men can be vulnerable and emotional and don't have to be strong alpha dudes, but in order to start a movement like this, people have to show themselves vulnerable in the first place. Well, that escalated quickly. In my experience, it's not men who are shaming women. It's primarily women shaming women, and usually it's the media, makeup industry or fashion industry. Within reason, men tend to be pretty accepting of women's bodies. Because society tells us women are primarily valued for their looks. Obviously this means women feel the pressure more to be beautiful or perfect. Sure, men feel body image pressure too, but nowhere near the degree that women do. That's why the body positivity movement is aimed primarily towards women. I just find it funny that anyone who disagrees with body positivity in any regard gets fought back with insults about their own body. Because for years and still today, women who have sex and enjoy sex are whores and used up hags, and men get to fuck anything in the world and nobody looks upon them badly. So the message is geared towards those that actually need to hear that sex is fine and your value as a human is not based on your number of partners. Also, please use protection and get tested often if you are sexually active. I mean, men aren't shamed for having sex or wanting sex, it's expected of them. Women are shamed and ridiculed and outcasts of society if they enjoy sex and are open about it. This should be pretty obvious. I'm surprised you're even asking this question. Men aren't held to the same physical beauty standards that women are. Hell, how many TV shows and movies star a fat and/or ugly man with a thin attractive wife girlfriend? You'll never see it the other way around, unless it's merely for comedy.